The chest is by far deemed to be one of the most aesthetic muscle groups in a bodybuilder. But many do not know how to train their chest. As a result, their chest often looks underdeveloped. Now, an underdeveloped chest is pretty unaesthetic. It looks really bad. So how do you get rid of it and develop your chest? Let's go over the movement that the chest is involved in. These are any type of pushing movements. From push-ups to pushing chairs, your chest is involved in almost any pushing movement. So how do you train your chest? There are two main heads of the chest you want to train. The clavicular head, the upper chest, and the sternocostal head, the middle chest. So how do you train these two parts of the chest? I'll be going over exercises I believe are amazing for chest growth and exercises I believe are trash, you shouldn't even do. Just don't even do it. For your clavicular head or your upper chest, an amazing exercise is any type of incline press. This includes incline dumbbell press or incline bench press. Now what's great about this is, number one, it targets the upper chest extremely well. Number two, you can add resistance extremely well as well. It's very easy to progressively overload on these lifts. However, a lift that I would not recommend is the hex press, the incline hex press to be specific. The reason is this exercise is just impractical. Your chest is moving in an unnatural way, and it's more of an arm exercise rather than a chest exercise. Your chest is not stimulated enough to be called a chest exercise. There are better arm exercises other than the hex press, so throw it in the trash. For your sternocostal head, your middle chest, I would recommend any type of pressing and fly movement. Now, for the traditional pressing movement, the best pressing movements for, let's say, the middle chest, I'd say are flat pressing movements. This includes bench press, dumbbell press, or even the chest press machine. These types of movements are amazing. Just like their incline versions, they stimulate the chest extremely well, and you can add resistance very easily, allowing you to progressively overload, which means you lift heavier weights over time. The best fly movements I'd recommend are cable flies and the pec deck. Very similar. Chest fly machine also works extremely well. Exercises I wouldn't recommend, again, are the hex press, thrown in the trash. But another variation is the plate press. Very similar. It's literally the hex press, but with a plate. The fly movements I wouldn't recommend. This one's controversial, but I wouldn't recommend the dumbbell chest fly. Yes, Arnold uses it, but that doesn't mean you should. It's not complete trash. There are no other options. Yeah, do the dumbbell chest fly. However, there are better alternatives, including cable flies, pec deck. They're all better versions. You don't need to be doing the dumbbell chest fly if you have a choice. Oh, I guess throw it in the trash. So now you know what exercises to incorporate into your chest day. So let's go over 3 fundamental techniques that you should include in almost any exercise. Number 1, the most important, challenging yourself with a challenging weight. Now I'm not saying go too light or go too heavy. There are problems with that. If you go too light, you won't be able to stimulate your muscles. Thus, you won't grow at all. It'll be too easy. The opposite is said by too heavy weights. If you go too heavy, you start to perform the exercise with improper form. You won't be able to perform enough reps, and oftentimes using a heavy weight will result in injury more than growth. Now you want to hit that sweet spot, a weight that's not too light or not too heavy, but a weight that is challenging for you. If you choose a challenging weight, yes, it will be hard, but you'll be able to perform the exercise for not just good form, but you'll be able to challenge yourself, and you'll be able to stimulate that muscle group. Number 2, your tempo. I'm talking about the speed of each rep. Now, I see many guys at the gym, personally, there is no control. They're just doing the exercise. It's like they want to get the exercise over with. I wouldn't recommend this. If you want your muscles to really grow in a pressing movement, you want to squeeze your muscles or your chest specifically at the top and stretch them out at the bottom. This movement will allow your muscle fibers to tear apart and allow them to regrow themselves larger and stronger. So how do you actually do this? Simply, what you want to do is Start out, press explosively. Go as fast as you can to the top. Not too fast or you lose your balance, but at a moderate speed at the top. Squeeze your chest at the top and slowly come down, allowing your chest to stretch and then push out. That's the tempo you want to use for almost any pressing movement. Now, number 3, training to failure. This is the most neglected step. If your last rep doesn't look like something like this, you're not training to failure. Training to failure means training until your muscles hit muscular failure, or in short terms, training until you can't perform another rep, or you're just too tired to perform another rep. Train until you literally drop. Performing an exercise until you literally cannot do another rep. Even if you want to do another rep, you just can't do it, and that's true muscular failure. Now let's go over your actual training program. We've gone over the 3 fundamental techniques and the exercises that you should incorporate into your chest program. What I'd recommend in your chest day is you only incorporate 3 to 5 exercises. See, your chest is actually a very small muscle. It doesn't need a lot of exercises to, fully stimulate the chest. What I'd recommend is choose some upper chest movements and some middle chest movements, incorporating both presses and flies. For example, my workout program is this. I hit incline dumbbell press, I use the chest press machine, and I do cable flies. I only do 3 exercises, but I use the 3 fundamental techniques, which is challenging weight, tempo, and training to failure. And so I do not need that much exercises in order to actually stimulate my chest. The same should be said for you. Of course, you can add more chest exercises, but your training program should be entirely up to you. Here are the list of chest exercises I would personally recommend to you. Try incorporating a few different ones into your chest workout plan. Depending on your environment and your equipment you have access to, your training plan will be completely different to mine. It may be very similar, it might be very different. At the end, each individual's training plan is different because we are all different people. We all like different things. We all live in different places. For example, I might really like the incline dumbbell press, but you might absolutely despise it. So don't do it. Find a different variation of an incline chest exercise that you could do, and you get similar results if you follow all these steps correctly. I hope this video helps you. Please consider subscribing. 1,000 subscribers.